Now to the other big story, ladies and gentlemen. It's a local issue. It matters to us, within us, in our country. The matter is sub judice. But is there an effort to deliberately try and stoke tensions and internationalize and amplify matters, to deliberately portray a negative image of our country and to try and exploit the fault lines within our own systems? Let's dwell on this. Is this a manipulation? The entire Hijab Row, even as the Karnataka High Court is hearing the matter, is it also being manipulated by India's enemies?
जो हमारे अंदरूनी मामला है उनमें इस तरह के टिप्पणी वेलकम नहीं है और हमारी जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल मैकेनिज्म है, हमारी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है और जुडिशियल सिस्टम है और डेमोक्रेटिक ईथोस कहते हैं, ये हमें एक फ्रेमवर्क देता है जिसके अंदर हम ऐसी चीज़ों का हल निकालते हैं।
Now here's the information that we have. Soon as this entire protest started becoming bigger, there was a group that is being set up by the ISI, and it has been doing this ever since the abrogation of Article 370, ladies and gentlemen. They amplify. This is again a dynamic of asymmetric warfare. This is information warfare in the cyberspace, and they have a clear modus operandi. This modus just latches onto the issue and then attacks, lampoons, tries to tear the social fabric, and then creates absolute mayhem, while also trying to portray a very, very negative image of what's happening in India. It's not their business, but it is their stated business to try and destroy India. Pakistan Abad, Hindustan Barbad is something which this setup, this establishment is obsessed with. And ever since the abrogation of Article 370, since 2019, they have taken to this dynamic to try and get into any and every fault line that they can exploit. And that's where we've got the information courtesy our investigations editor Manoj Gupta. So this is where it starts. They're deliberately fueling this entire aspect of the hijab in our country. Many are also, experts are also saying this is India's turn towards the Arabization of Islam in India. We've got a journalist who will be joining us to talk about that too. But this is what they're doing. 100 fake Twitter accounts were created on the 9th of February 2022. So jog back and see, that's when matters started escalating, and immediately fake Twitter accounts are created. Get onto it, latch onto the issue. The multiple accounts were created in Muskan's name. Now, she was the girl who then the whole portrayal was that she was being heckled by a group of people who were chanting Jai Shri Ram, and she stood there and said Allahu Akbar, and that's where this whole thing started, and she was used as the mascot. So everybody everywhere, that image of hers became the display picture, and all the handles had Muskan somewhere or the other, thanking the Talibanis also. 5,000 plus followers, that's where the first handle. But what they do is, the origins, the geolocation is Pakistan, it's then changed to Karnataka. And the old tweets are all deleted. Then they had thanked the Taliban for their takeover of Afghanistan, this particular handle. 37,000 followers to a handle which was created in December 2019. Once again, the same thing is done. All the old tweets are deleted, history is deleted, and only tweets with the Hijab Row and with Muskan is being made. This is how the entire information warfare was started. Now let's see what they did. They also tried to build this narrative. So everybody in the Pakistani establishment, or who the Pakistani establishment control, have an eye on, then they all latched onto it, starting with the Prime Minister Imran Khan, whose Twitter handle beyond doubt is being managed by the ISI. Shah Mahmood Qureshi was another one. Terrorizing girls for wearing hijab is absolutely oppressive. So his two bits. Which nation's foreign minister will talk about another nation's issue? Question. So, but then you had this one. There was a full show. This Hakikat TV, the YouTube channel, did a full show criticizing India over this entire hijab issue. There was Maryam Nawaz's display picture had been changed about with a pinned tweet from 2018, but the display picture was changed. Then this man again has no other job but to dance to the tunes of the ISI. So from Khalistan, he started peddling Urduistan and then tried to say he was trying to warn the Karnataka High Court, don't hear the matter, don't touch the matter, otherwise this is what we'll do. Sitting somewhere in some corner of the world, hiding. That's what happened with Gurpatwant Pannam. So once again, clearly it was a propaganda and this is being done deliberately to try and amplify. So manipulations by our own enemies very clearly, and is there a pattern to this? We'll talk about that too. Along with another important aspect on the Karnataka Hijab Row. Shehzad Poonawalla, Amna Begum Ansari, Saida Falak, leader of the AIMIM with us, Vishnu Jain, lawyer, is with us. But I'm going to start with Lev Aron. Lev Aron is an Israeli columnist whose his hashtag also says Look East. So he's been working on India and this region quite often, and you've traveled quite a bit. I read your article on News today, Lev, on News18.com. You said you've traveled in this region. You've been towards Bhatkal, Gokarna, Udupi, this region. And you say this entire fight for a hijab, niqab, burqa is Arabization of Islam in India.
Yes, I think that there is North India and South India. In North India, even when I was in 91, there was a very strong barrier between Muslims and Hindus. In South India, Tamil Nadu and Karnataka, and I cannot say the United Andhra Pradesh because there it was different. I see more and more Hindus that feel that there is Arabization of the Muslim community, that in the past you could hardly say who is a Muslim and who is a Hindu. It was some kind of a culture which was more one culture, and today more and more the Muslims in India, in South India, they are more and more like the Muslims of the Middle East or West Asia. Yes.
We'll come back to that in just a bit. So why this is and what is the case that you make, I'll get to that in just a bit. But